Hey, what's going on? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you one really big thing that could help you decide whether or not it's a good time to get into or out of a cryptocurrency. Now, before we begin, just a quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency is risky, and nothing in this video is financial advice. It's all my opinion, and you should always consult with a professional when dealing with your finances and when investing your money, especially into cryptocurrency. So with that out of the way, let's get to the video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about three things which could all sort of be clumped together into one thing, and that is the news, the updates, and the innovations that are happening with the coin that you're looking at. Obviously, before you put your money into a coin, you should have a general sense of what the coin is about, and you should know to do the technical analysis and stuff like that. But one of the first things that you should look at really, and also one of the biggest indicators of whether a price will go up or go down, is the news. And that happens because right now, crypto is so speculative. Like, the entire market is speculative. No one really knows what's going to happen. And a lot of the price is based off of speculation, and it's based off of what people think the coin is going to do. It's based off of rumors, and it's based off of these things that are the updates and the news and the innovations that the coin is going to have. And I have examples of this throughout this entire video, so you're going to see that just why keeping up with these things is really important when you're talking about crypto. So I'm going to take myself off the screen now, and I'm going to put on my full screen of all the examples when it comes to the news stories and the updates and the innovations and things like that that happen to coins and how they affect the price, because this is really important to know. So in January of 2018, there was a lot of FUD, which stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt around crypto. And this was also when the crash happened that took Bitcoin all the way down from $19,000 down to $6,000. There was constant news stories that talked very poorly about cryptocurrencies. There were entire countries like China, South Korea, and India who said that they were banning cryptocurrency exchanges. By the way, that never happened. Overall, though, the general sentiment around crypto was negative, and this negativity affected the price of every coin. Add this to the fact that every year for the past 4 years, Bitcoin has soared in price around the November and December times and has crashed late December or early January. And the downturn crash that happened in January could have easily been avoided if we knew about this. This happens because sometimes, even with the best technical analysis, if one really big negative news story comes out, it has the potential to wreck the market. So what I just described was looking at news from a very general macro sense. When the overall general sentiment is very negative and the price is falling and it's a bear market, you might want to simply hold off on buying coins until the market stabilizes. If the general sentiment is positive and there's a lot of positive news stories coming out about crypto, that would be a great time to buy because the prices will most likely go up. In other words, work with the market. In a bull market, buy up your coins early and sell them off at a predetermined price. In a bear market, you might want to sell your coins early and then buy back in when things stabilize or start to turn around. Now, let's look at using news, innovation, and updates on a more micro scale by looking at particular coins. If big news is happening with a certain coin and you find out about it early, you might want to get in and ride that wave up until the date or maybe a few days before it's supposed to happen. This method of trading is called buy the rumor, sell the news. And I'll walk you through some examples of this so that you could get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. One rumor that happened early 2017 was regarding Litecoin. Litecoin was having a hard fork, which means that a new Litecoin, which they decided to call Litecoin Cash, was going to be created and available for people to trade along with the original Litecoin. There was also supposed to be a payment service for Litecoin to help make it easier for use for everyday purchases. These rumors caused a spike in the price of Litecoin. The rumors started circulating a week or two into February, and look at what happened to the price. It shot up 3 times. Once probably for the insiders, and then again for the people who were on the ball, and then probably one more time for the latecomers when it probably got more mainstream. and then there was a sell-off shortly afterwards. Now, if you heard about this fork early and you got in, you would have banked on this. One reason why is because most people who are investing into cryptocurrencies, they aren't actually looking at crypto news on a regular basis. They aren't staying up to date with the latest things that are happening. By staying up to date with crypto news, you could get in earlier than the masses by learning about the news, and then you could ride the wave up, and then you could sell it off at a profit. As you saw, that's what happened with Litecoin, and this is what this article is talking about. Litecoin price surges on the news of the Litecoin fiat payment service and the quote-unquote scam hard fork. So how do you keep up with all of the news coming out regarding cryptocurrency? Well, you could go on websites, you could go on forums like Reddit, you could download Telegram and join Telegram groups, and you could go on social media sources like Instagram, join different Facebook groups, checking out different YouTube channels, and you could even download podcasts to listen in the car, which is something that I really enjoy doing. And if you're seriously investing into a cryptocurrency, you should know as much as you can about it, because that will help you decide on the best times to buy and sell. Now, here's the really big thing. When you hear good news about a coin and you get all excited to buy it and you go to your exchange, you still have to look at the graph. If it already shot up by a lot, that means you're probably too late to the party and you won't get the gains that you want. Now, if it's still range bound between its support and resistance levels, or if it's just broken through its resistance levels, that would be a great time to buy. And if you're early, this is the time to buy. Now remember, you have to use your judgment here, and common sense should prevail. There are news stories coming out every single day when it comes to cryptocurrencies. It's a 24-hour market, and it is up to you to decide if the story is big enough to impact the price of the coin that you're looking at, or of the market in general. Forks, like what happened with Litecoin, usually impacts the price a lot because the people who are in the coin before the fork actually splits get both the original and the new forked coin. So a lot of people like to buy in beforehand so that they could get that quote unquote free money. Let's look at some more examples. So another example is what happened with VeChain. Now VeChain was having a partnership with BMW and a rebranding into VeChain Thor. You could see that people were buying into the rebranding, and then once it happened, they sold off. And if we bring up this graph right here, this is what it looked like. You could see that right here, and then the rebranding happened and the announcement occurred, and then there was a big sell-off. So if you heard about it around here, this is a nice little gain to have. Another example is what happened with Roblox when they decided to rebrand to Nano. They went up over 40% in under 24 hours. Now, if we scroll down, there's a graph on this page that you could see right over here. All of this happened in just one day. It went from around $15, $16, and if you count the lowest, it went from around $14 all the way up to $19.50 just off of the news that it was rebranding its name. And you know what happened? After the rebranding, it did drop down, and it's currently around $14, $15 right now. And here is another one that I'll show you, and this is regarding Z Classic. And this is crazy. It says Z Classic price jumps above $100 on day of scheduled fork. So it jumped 22% to $98 over a 1 day, 24-hour period. So back in early December, Z Classic announced a fork. Now, there was a huge bull run in December and early January, so you can't really attribute the massive growth of Z Classic to the fork alone, but look at what happened a little over a week before the fork. If you bring this up, you could see the price just starts to go very, very high. It got bought up, but then what happened? Well, first, a lot of people sold off before the actual fork happened because they anticipated the sell-off, and this drove down the price. Then a lot of bad news actually came out when the fork happened, and that completely obliterated the price of Zcash, bringing it down from over $100, and look at where it is now. It's down under 30 bucks. And this is what could happen if the rumor comes out and then the news happens and it doesn't really go well. And just today, a crazy news article about Walton Chain, which is a huge cryptocurrency that everyone loved and everyone was about Walton Chain, just came out where they rewarded the employee, quote unquote, in user giveaway. And there was a huge mistake by them where they accidentally posted on their main account, "Oh my God, I can't believe I won," when this was supposed to be the winner of the giveaway, which makes a lot of people believe that the giveaway was just fake and that they weren't actually giving anything away because they had their own team member accidentally post this. And I'm gonna show you what happened with Doug Polk, one of my favorite YouTubers, if not my favorite crypto YouTuber, because it's pretty hilarious what happened.
Popular cryptocurrency Walton Chain had a disaster the other day as it appears they were rigging contests to fake winners. Investors, as usual, kept calm and collected. I'm just fucking with you. It lost 100 million. All this and more tonight on Crypto News.
And that is why you really should look into the news before you invest into any coin. See if there's any updates or innovations happening with the coin. See what the roadmap's like and if something big is happening in the near future. Then look at the graph and determine what a good buy price is. Like I said before, if the price has already rocketed, it's probably a good time to you just want to hold off. However, if it hasn't, or if it rocketed and then it came back, you might decide that maybe it'll come back up again. So there's a lot of different things that you have to factor in when dealing with this type of stuff. Just remember that when the news does actually come out, a lot of times people drop it, so it's up to you if you want to hold or not. And of course, you always have to use your judgment to determine if the news story is even big enough that it will affect the price. And this literally just comes from using good judgment and common sense. Can't really teach that. All right, that was the video on how the news and updates and innovations of a project and of a cryptocurrency can help to influence the price of that particular crypto. If you haven't already, be sure to smash up that like button. That would be awesome. Also, if you're new to cryptocurrency, check out the free crypto beginner course. I'll put a link in the description below. And other than that, I just want to say you're awesome. Let's get to the moon together, stay profitable, and I'll see you in the next video.